Andrew Lancel, here to talk about your visit to Ulverston, the Coronation Hall, for the play Swan Song. How are you doing, sir?
I'm just getting over that national lurgy which everybody's got, and I've just been singing down in Birmingham, and I was sure the voice was just going to go, but you know the old Doctor Theatre nurse muse gets you through. But it's funny, because coming up to Ulverston, it's a beautiful part of the world, and we're all really excited. We're a very small team in this play. It's only me in the show, and then there's a technical guy, and we have the director, and so very small team. But it's like we've been to quite a lot of towns. And you've always got to say, oh, I'm really looking forward to Eastbourne. I'm really looking forward to Pitlochry or whatever it is. But we're really looking forward to Ulverston because it feels like it's a bit of a sort of a holiday. And we're doing 2 nights with this. We're doing Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, so, the 19th and 20th of November.
At the Coro, And so we're going to be staying over. And I think I'm doing some talks in the area as well on the Friday. So I'm really looking forward to it. And because half the play is set in the lakes, this guy, this idiot, this Dave Titswell, who's lovable, but he winds people up the wrong way. It's 1997. It's the era of Tony Blair coming in, and unfortunately, teachers are still under the cosh, and he's never quite climbed the ladder for reasons that become relevant. And they get a school trip to the lakes, and so that's why we're coming to the lakes. So, of course,
it premiered in Liverpool, and it was a bit of a sellout, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's done really well. We've done it 3 times now, actually. Sort of, we did it for a festival called Liverpool Theatre Festival, an outdoor festival right in the middle of COVID, and it was the first live theatre, possibly the first live play anywhere in Britain, but certainly in Liverpool. And Bill Elms put this amazing festival on. Jonathan Harvey and I worked together on Coronation Street, and I said, have you got anything I can do? And he said, not really. And then he remembered this one woman play he wrote in the 90s called Swan Song, and I said, well. And so he adapted it. He adapted it for me, and we sold out. And then we tried to get it out a couple of times because COVID didn't happen. And then we did get it out, and it did very well. And then we did it one more time in Liverpool, and then we got asked to take it to London, which is incredible. Right. And I was looking at possibly doing it somewhere else before we go to London. And then I can't remember if the Coro came to us or the other way around, but it just worked perfectly with the dates, and the venue just looks perfect for it. And it's set in the lake, so it's a bit of a homage, really.
Most definitely. Now, you mentioned there Coro. I can't talk to you and not mention your wonderful portrayal as Frank Foster from 2003 to 2010, which culminated in you winning Villain of the Year at the Soap Awards. How was that?
Yeah, it wasn't that long. 2003, 2010 was the bill. And then I went into Coro for Coro. Oh, I see what you're doing now.
I'm glad you are here.
For a couple of years. Yeah, but it's all right. It's the same, But and it was great. It was still my happiest job, And I think I enjoyed Coronation Street so much because I knew it was a finite gig. I wasn't going to be there for years and years, though I would have been happy to be there for years. And it was the part. They said to me when they offered it me, this will be the most controversial character we've ever had.
Yeah.
And you can't say no to that. You're not going to go, well. No, so I really enjoyed time with Corey, and I enjoyed the time on the bill. It seems a while ago, but last night I was at the NEC singing there, and lots and lots of people coming up talking about Corey and the bill. So I think those shows are so ingrained in people's psyche. I was very, very lucky with the roles. So I've been lucky with the role played this year, and it's I'm lucky with playing Dave Titswell. He's going to make people laugh and I think probably make them cry. And there's quite a lot of so be interesting to see what the Lakes audiences make of him.
Yeah. Now, you said about your singing. This is for my listeners who listen to my show on a Sunday that's called Russ Palmer Showstoppers. You've dabbled in the musical world, Sound of Music and Scylla the Musical?
Yes, I've just done a concert in Blackpool, and I was singing in Birmingham last night. I've always sang, always done cabaret and concerts and things, and doing a lot more, actually, coming up. But yeah, I love to do a musical. Musicals are great. Sound of Music was twice I've played Captain Von Trapp. And if somebody rang up and said, what show do you want to do for a year? It would be The Sound of Music, because it's just full of hope and love and those songs. Yeah. It was sad, really, because we were in the middle of touring it last year when COVID struck, and so we still had half the tour to do. And there was lots of shows that went under, and it's really rubbish for the kids. Yeah. But it is a magical show. But yeah, it's nice to get out there and sing, and more to come.
Yeah, most definitely. Now, am I right? You won a celebrity edition of Stars in Their Eyes as Morgan Harkett from Ha Ha.
I did indeed, yeah. That's good research. Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was funny because I kind of always wanted to do it, but it's terrifying because you're singing live.
Yeah.
And so we, people always say to me, why did you choose Morton Harkett? And it was basically down to my mild OCDs, because they asked me to do it, and I thought, well, who can I do? And I had all my old vinyl in alphabetical order, and so I was looking in my vinyl, and there was ABBA, or I can't do ABBA, and AHA. I went, oh yeah, I can sing a bit like Morton Harkett, and so that's how I came to do it, and it was great. I bought a kitchen out of it, and yeah, it's still out there on YouTube. It's still there, you know. I love YouTube, don't you? I'm a massive fan of YouTube. It's the eyes of the world.
It most definitely is. So going back to your visit to the Coro, we really are looking forward to meeting you, Andrew, and seeing you in this one-man play. Just to reiterate for the listeners, it is the 19th and the 20th of November, starting at 7:30. Would you like to say anything else about the play?
Well, I'm glad you told me. I didn't know what time we started. It's one of those plays that people really get attached to. It's just me and the audience, and I think people really are transported back to that time. I mean, it's quite sad in many ways because the teachers are still under the cosh as they were in 1997, but the soundtrack's funny. And when you've got Noreen Kershaw, who's one of the best directors I know, and she was the original Shirley Valentine. And so when Jonathan Harvey and we wrote a list of people who'd want to direct this play, and there was one name on each list, and it was Noreen. So, you know, it's a really accessible play, and it's very timely. And it fits really, I think, well for this period that we're in, this crazy period we've all been in together. And while he is a bit of an idiot, he's quite charming in many ways, and the play's full of hope. You're going to have a laugh, but bring your hankies.
Most definitely. Really looking forward to seeing it. Thank you so much for coming on Can Do FM
really.
And seeing us. And I wish you all the very, very best.
Thanks, mate. Looking forward to coming up.